All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. I want to bring you an update on Rivian Automotive, stock ticker RIVN. This is a large cap EV company. So we cover the high growth companies. We cover the EV sector a lot on this channel, and also we cover the Bitcoin miners a lot on this channel. So if you're interested in any of that content, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And also, if everybody please smash the like button, it helps the channel out a lot. Okay, I want to bring an update on Rivian. I did two videos on Rivian last month, one on March 3rd and one on March 10th. Both times the stock was taking a hit, and I've talked about this stock also many times on our Friday live stream. We have a live stream at 4:30 every Friday afternoon in case anybody wants to join us. This is a large cap EV stock. Now, Tesla is the large cap EV stock. Tesla is bigger than all of the other EV stocks in the world. There are 5 other companies that fall into large cap type territory. This stock is down to a $26.8 billion market cap. That is still significantly multiples larger than the small cap EV companies, which tend to be anywhere from $100 million to $2 billion in market cap. So I want to bring you guys an update because today Rivian stock has hit an all-time low. It got under $30. It traded to $29.44. So if you look at the 52-week range here, $29.44 is the low, and that happened today, just a few minutes ago, and $179.47 is the high. So this stock is a very new stock. It hasn't been publicly traded for that long. We'll look at the exact amount of time when we go to the chart. This stock has dropped precipitously. And I will tell you, we did talk about this quite a bit when it first came out. When it was in the 150s and 160s and 170s, I had said I think it's the most overvalued stock in the stock market. I continue to be a little bit skeptical about this stock, even at the $58 price range when I did a video and at the $40-ish price range when I did a video. But I will tell you now, for the first time, I'm looking at this stock reaching a level of valuation that starts to get interesting for me. Now, I am not invested in this stock, so all I can say is this has been on my watch list all along as it's an EV stock, and I am moving it up my watch list. So obviously, this is not financial advice. You guys got to decide what type of stocks you want to invest in and what your time frame is and what your risk tolerance is and all that kind of stuff. So please do your own due diligence. For me, I'm saying now that this stock has cascaded down to this level, and unfortunately a lot of people have lost an awful lot of money along the way, but now here we sit at around $30, and again, it did get under $30 today. So I want to show you why I think this price entry point is interesting. And again, I have not bought this stock, and I'm probably not going to buy it yet. This stock has been falling and hitting new all-time low after new all-time low, so I'm not sure now is the right time to buy in even for me, but from a dollar cost average standpoint, I'm starting to take this stock very seriously. So right now, Rivian has a market cap of $26.8 billion. So I want to show you something that they said in their letter to their shareholders at the year end. So this was actually a comprehensive letter. This was a 25-page letter. I'm not going to go through this letter. It's not important to what we're talking about right now. But there's a section here called net cash used in operations, and then another one, liquidity and free cash flow. So net cash used was $1,086 million. If you look at their liquidity and their free cash flow, and this is what I really want to focus on, they ended Q4 2021 with $18.4 billion in the bank. And right now their market cap is down to $26.8 billion. So whereas I've been railing on this stock all year, this is starting to get to a very interesting point for me. I want to go to another thing in their investor presentation to show you, because this company has a lot going on. They've increasing sales massively. You know, to get down, they're approaching a point where their market cap and their cash are going to be equal. Now, they do have a pretty heavy burn rate, but they've got a many-year cash runway. So this is not a company that's going to run out of cash. By the way, their main shareholder is Amazon, and not only has Amazon placed a huge order, but, you know, there's a backstop there for money. Not that they need it, because they've got $18 billion of their own money right now. Okay, so this is on their investor relations page. If we look at this by the numbers, here's what they're telling us. They've got 83,000 pre-orders from consumers. Remember, they've only delivered about 2,500 cars altogether. So this is a massive, massive backlog. But in addition to that, like I was talking about earlier, they have an order from Amazon for 100,000 trucks. Between the 100,000 trucks from Amazon and the 83,000 pre-orders from consumers, they have a monumental backlog. Now, they suffered from, and if you want to look at this, I did 2 deep dives on this, so you can watch those videos and kind of get exactly the details on this. They've had some supply chain issues like everybody has. in the marketplace. So, their production wasn't what they were hoping it was going to be. Their production estimate for 2022 is 25,000 vehicles, and they have reiterated that they're on target for that. So that's going to represent massive growth. They've only done 2,500 vehicle deliveries to date. They're going to do 10 times that in the year 2022, and that's only because they're having supply chain issues. They could have done significantly more than that. So over the next 4 years, they're looking to get that up to, they have a capacity, you'll see here, planned annual capacity between Normal and Georgia plants, 600,000 vehicles per year. So that's, they could 25x the number of vehicles that they have in output in a 3 or 4 year window of time here. From inception, they've delivered 3,568 vehicles. So again, they're going to deliver 25,000 in 2022, and they expect to do significantly more than that in 2023. Now, they do lose money. They lost money this year. We looked at their cash burn rate, and that is going to continue for a few years. But again, they have $18 billion in cash, so I don't see them running out of money. I'm going to start on the chart on the 1 day time frame, so you can see that each one of these candles represents 1 day. So I want to show you that back, they started trading right here on November 10th. So they've only been publicly traded for 5 months. They ran all the way up to almost $180. From that high on November 16th until today, which is just about 5 months later, not even 5 months later, this stock is down 83.5%. So that is a massive, massive pullback. This stock used to be larger than General Motors and Ford put together. Now it's just a small fraction of its previous market cap, and that's in just 5 months. So I want to show you something else real quick before we go on this. I want to show you what I call my big board for EV stocks. So I have a list of, about 20 EV stocks that I track, and I want to show you what's happening with them today, because as Rivian hits their all-time low today, the entire EV sector, for whatever reason, is getting punished today big time. So Tesla is leading the way. They are down 4.9%. And oftentimes as Tesla goes, so goes the EV sector. That seems to be what's happening today. So you'll see, with the exception of one outlier, and this is a very small market cap company that's up in the green 1.5%. The rest of the entire EV section is red today. And you'll see these top 6 companies are the large cap EV companies. So these companies are getting beaten down pretty good today. Lucid's not so bad, they're down 0.7, but all the rest of them are down 3.5% or more. And again, Tesla's down 4.8%. The EV sector has been getting beaten down over the last month, so this is a continuation of a trend, particularly over this week. I want to go to the Rivian 4-hour chart. So each one of these candles represents 4 hours, because this allows us to zoom in a little bit and take a closer look. So I want to show you what their price action's been over the last few months, because this stock is down and it just keeps falling. You can go see my video that I did on March 3rd, and you can see that was after a big gap down. A week earlier, this was trading at $68, and it had traded all the way down to somewhere around $54. So that was a big pullback in a short period of time. We did a video, and at that point, I was still nervous that this stock was still overpriced. But you can see since then it's gone down significantly. It did rally in the middle as all the EV stocks, kind of last couple of weeks in March, there was a rally in the EV sector, and then it peaked here on March 30th. And since then, since March 30th, these guys are down 47% just in the month of April. So this is a drastic pullback in the price of this stock. So for me, I am finally now looking at this. And again, I want everybody to be super careful, because you can see this stock is in a free fall. It has no line of support. This is its all-time low. So I always like to be cautious. You don't know how low these stocks can go. I've seen stocks that are down 80 or 90% go down another 80% from there. So there is always that chance. So when you say what's the downside risk, the downside risk of this thing is that it goes to zero someday. However, having said that, it's a $26 billion market cap with a company that has $18 billion in cash. So it's starting to get interesting to me. I do not believe I'm going to start averaging in quite yet. But all I wanted to do really was to put this on everybody's radar. I think this is a stock worth having on your watch list. It's been on my watch list for some time. I am moving it way up my watch list. I'm not ready to buy in yet. But again, this is not financial advice. You guys have to decide what your risk tolerance is and what your time frame is, and and when or if you want to buy this stock. So for me, in this area, it's starting to get very interesting to me. I do think there's a reasonable chance this could pull back to the mid 20s or maybe even $20. It's oversold, but as these stocks are getting beaten up, that is the current trend. And sometimes, you just don't want to bet against the trend. So that's all I got for you on Rivian today. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, remember to please subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. So thanks a lot. We'll see you in the next video.